she had severe rheumatoid arthritis and ended up, talked about that journey, talked about inflammation, talked about inflammaging, and really shared something that I was kind of not aware of. You probably are, is AIP, the autoimmune protocol, which
Mhm.
is they bill it as a diet, but it's not really a diet. It's a protocol, and it's an elimination diet where you get to some baseline where you've gotten rid of everything. And I don't know what that, I'd actually be interested to know what that is. I'm assuming it's like a bone broth or something. And you're doing that long enough to allow your gut lining to heal, to allow the inflammation, systemic inflammation, to go down. And then you start adding things in. And I think this is kind of a exciting or really good, maybe can set people at ease, is the fact that, okay, so she's Indian heritage. I was like, well, I'm assuming, and she mentioned specifically that rice was one of her triggers. Rice was something that she was sensitive to, and we could talk about sensitive versus allergic because these are very different things. And so, kind of as I was wrapping up that interview, I was like, so can you eat rice? Because like if you grew up Indian, like you eat rice. And she
Right.
goes, yeah, I just can't eat it as often, right? So you can get your body back to a state where you can enjoy those things. I think some of the people don't even want to go down the path because like, well, if I do that, then I'm never going to get to have a cookie again or whatever. And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about get yourself to the right place, and then still in significant moderation, probably to where you were, but you can still enjoy those things. And I think that's very uplifting.
So, what you're saying is really important for everyone to understand because when you are when you are eating processed foods and the standard American diet and you've got pains and things, some people don't even know that they don't feel good because they're
Mhm.
so numb, right? They don't know they have bloat because they have bloat 100% of the time. They just think they're carrying extra weight. They don't know they have inflammation. I've had people go through my Ascent Diet Cleanse saying, oh, I'm just doing it because my husband's doing it. And 2 weeks in, oh my gosh, Sarah, I didn't realize I had all these problems, but they're all gone because the joint pain's gone and the inflammation's gone and all of that. Well, this is the other thing. As healthy as I am with the food I eat and the supplements I take and the exercise, and I'm unfortunately very boring and I stick to my routine. But if I get exposed to a virus, and maybe I don't get sick, but it trips up some inflammatory responses in my body, it might make it so that salmon, which is a very healthy fish, is too fatty and too high histamine for my body to handle if I'm fighting a flu bug,
Mm.
right? So it's not just if you've healed your gut, it's your current state of health. Are you under too much stress? That is going to take your digestion down. That's going to make certain foods react differently than maybe they did a week ago. You might have been able to eat things in August that you weren't able to eat during the holidays because of the family stress and the holiday season and all of that. And also the weather. Our ancestors didn't eat the same foods in summer as they
Mm.
did in winter, right? And we've got foods coming from all across the globe, and we're supposed to eat the foods that are in our backyard, right?
Yep.
Locally. So there's all of these things that kind of go into what is fueling the body and reducing the inflammation and then detoxing the toxins. The two causes of accelerated aging, insulin resistance and toxicity. And we're at a level of, radiation and the foods having the halogens in them, the fluoride, bromide, chlorine. Some of these toxins aren't even allowed or legal in Europe, and we are being fed them daily